So that's why this page, from Tales of Suspense number 85, throws me for a loop. Not because it's the best page he ever drew, but because it kind of breaks down some of the preconceived notions I had about Jack Kirby, and maybe sheds some light on just how oddly savantish or purposefully genius he was when it came to conveying a sense of feeling on a page. To someone as obsessed with comic staging and page flow as I am, this scene is a good reminder of how motion in a comic doesn't have to always make perfect sense in terms of continuity or choreography. At first read, I think you soak this up as an unbroken fight. One move countering another, but if these panels were keyframes in animation, they'd likely be nearly impossible to animate between smoothly. And were they frames in a film, you'd be time jumping and cutting like mad as they reposition and teleport themselves from one move to the next. Sure, you do that in all comics to some extent, as the job is picking the best, most impactful moments. But here it's striking what he makes work with so little variation in the figure size, or angles, or height of the camera. Things the old How to Draw Comics the Marvel way literally tells you never to do.
Let's see camera angles the way any ordinary comic book company might do it, compared with the Marvel style.
These panels are drawn okay. They tell the story, the characters are recognizable, but they're lacking in raw drama and sheer excitement.
That's because most of the layouts are too vertical, too straight up and down, and the heroes are too stiff. They lack the power that Marvel Comics have.
Now, without any comments from us, see if you can tell why the second version of the next examples are infinitely better than the first.
Infinitely? I don't know about all that, but I'll be diplomatic and say that Stan's probably right in the sense that the second page likely better fits the tone of Marvel's style of comics at the time. A style built from and based on Jack's visual language to a great degree, then turned into something scientific and learnable by the fantastic draftsmen who followed, like John Buscema. The brilliance of Buscema's reverse engineering probably explains why that second page feels very Kirby-esque at first glance. But this sample page switches angles and size relationships simply for excitement, action for action's sake, and while it is exciting and action-packed and super well drawn, but much like a lot of the house-style comics following Kirby, it lacks the idiosyncratic choices and instincts that I feel make the Batroc page sing. And that's not to say that Kirby didn't have a system, but within that familiar geometry he would experiment, push his choices so that they were just off model, just slightly different each time. And that's because he was telling us a unique story, not just drawing one.